Good evening. I'd like to welcome you to some certified low-tier do-rag behavior. You already know what's going on with this. Now, I say good evening. It's probably going to be good morning, but you already know how it goes. When I miss a day, this got to be like a 25, 30-minute whole video, like a whole episode or something. But if you stick with your boy that whole time, I appreciate you hanging with me. Let's go ahead and get this started.
Chat, what's going on?
Yo, what up, fool?
Back at with another string.
Bro, how you gonna have a whole solo pizza party and then already eat some of the slices of pizza? But you know what, let's go back to the main point. Why are you having a one-man pizza party? What is this?
Got a couple pizzas. Already took a couple slices, but I got hungry. You know what's crazy? I get like a little, or I'll use this. I get like a little band, right? And acting like they wanted like you do realize you still took L's, right?
Not as much as you getting banned on Twitch.
You took L's because how do you hate on something you didn't even help build? How do you hate on something you couldn't even achieve yourself in the first place?
You know who else always says that? Akademiks. Always saying that same old same. You just hating. You over here hating. No, people are not hating, all right? Like, what happens is you rub people the wrong way. And when you take a L, they laugh at it, which is obvious. Of course, you'll be back. You didn't do anything that'll get you a permanent ban. But of course, they're going to laugh at you. Why wouldn't they?
It's so funny when I see people get banned on platforms, like when I go on like streamer bans or whatever, and I see people get banned, I'm like, and I see people rejoicing, like, why are you rejoicing? Because somebody that actually got off their ass and worked to get to where they're at gets banned.
Oh, sir, don't you worry. Some more people about to join your pizza party. This is the official get that ass banned party. Man, let me tell you why this got extended. This video was supposed to be out 2 days ago, 2 to 3 days ago. What happened was there was a bunch of invitations that got sent out and a lot more people who are going to have to join this party. Man, so much has happened. And we going back to the academic situation because I didn't know he said all that. We ain't done. We just getting started.
Or get suspended, not even indefinitely, but get suspended. Like, people are really rejoicing like I just completely lost my shit. We took a little bit of a foul, and now we just about to run it back up and do things more strategically and carefully.
Yeah, whatever. That pizza do look like it's slapping though. It do look good. I ain't even gonna stunt. But let's go ahead and move forward to our next topic.
So you heard what happened with Akademiks?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, on this last one, this man sat here and said, we just made a few jokes. I don't even want to repeat what you said. I feel dirty repeating what you said. Now, when I heard the full conversation of what y'all was saying to this little boy, man, it's just a boy, bro. Let me be very clear. Don't you ever invite yourself to another. First of all, don't invite yourself to another man's butt, for one, especially as a straight man. Two, don't you ever invite yourself to a boy's butt. You don't play like that. This is why a lot of you people on the internet, like all this joking and all this suspect playing around and all of that nonsense, we gonna have a talk today. We gonna have a talk today because this been going on for too long. They've been skating for too long, and people kept calling me a hater, saying I'm lame, yada yada. You just broke and you mad. I'm like, dude, okay, if you say so. It was only a matter of time, but I've been saying it year after year. It's gonna come a day he gonna cross the line and he ain't gonna be able to come back from it. But let's go ahead and let him continue.
Think, bro.
What do I think?
When you okay, how about we contextualize things?
What do I think? I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think
I like freedom.
I think
I like not going to jail.
Yeah, and
I think that when I see a 1 in front of someone's age, I think other things.
It depends if she's 1 in 5, 105. But other than that,
100. No, that also should be illegal.
No, it's not.
No.
Hey, bro, don't get it twisted. Grannies can get it out here. I am just playing. I am just playing. I am joking. All right. Don't even take what I said serious. I'm not even gonna let that linger in the air like I'm not playing. I'm just playing. Stay away from the grandmas out here, bro. Y'all doing too much. Chill out. I'm gonna be honest, bro. For making a joke like that, bro, I gotta go ahead and hit myself with the plug-in.
Sir.
Grab some of them mushrooms.
But sir, they're poisonous.
Grab some of them mushrooms.
So now that we back, we don't cover this stuff, but all right. So let's take a look at what Akademiks actually did that got everybody to want to cancel him.
If Max said he wanted to try dude, would you let him you?
No.
Mind you, this is a 15, 14-year-old boy.
My question is, bro, like, why are you playing Fortnite with kids? Like, you have no real explanation for that. You can always say, yeah, man, I like to play with the fans, this and this and that. People who have fans don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You guys are weird, man. All of y'all are weird. Who does that? All y'all be sitting there playing Roblox and Minecraft and all that, trying to play with kids, man. Play with grown people. This is the thing that I don't like. Like, I don't play games where kids are known to be, okay? If a kid happens to be there, we ain't talking about nothing but this game. If you say something weird to me, I'm getting off my mic. I'm not talking to you. We're not having this conversation. It's that simple. It is not rocket science. You said, oh, we made a few jokes, you know what I'm saying? Sending some dancers over there. No, you didn't. You just offered a grown man to a kid's butt. Like, no, bro. And he maybe say, well, nah, I didn't mean it like that. I meant like, figurative. Like, so I don't, bro, there's no excuses that you can come up with for you saying that. And this is what's wrong with all y'all streamers, all of y'all. I'm not a fan of none of you. All that Aiden Ross and that suspect ass crap y'all be doing on them streams, I'm not a fan of none of it. And I know a lot of them might be like, well, dang, I may have rocked with your content, but I don't care, bro. I don't care. If you get on your stream talking to little kids, you know your audience is little kids and you're that irresponsible. Y'all sit here, you peddle gambling to your audience. You peddle the most irresponsible, fiscally irresponsible, intimately irresponsible behavior to an audience where you know a bunch of kids watch you who are impressionable. You were the lowest filth. You're scum of the earth. You're scum. And I know there's a lot of people who come out and say things like, well, the kids shouldn't be watching it. It ain't my responsibility. Yeah, actually, yes, it is. That's a cop-out, right? You know, that's a huge cop-out. People used to, like, even Cardi B, people like Cardi B like to use that excuse, well, it's not for kids, so nobody, you know damn well. Let's go ahead and cut the crap. You know, I be seeing kids at mitzvah singing Sexy Red, okay? I don't want to hear anything about, oh, well, it's the kids' responsibility. You know damn well the internet and the access to the internet, and now that it being mandatory that the internet be used for everything, that they're going to cross this content. If you put out irresponsible content, you are liable. You are liable. I don't care what you have to say about what the parents should be doing. The parents can't regulate everything that their damn kids do unless they lock them in a room and don't let them outside. You can't control what other people's kids do. You can only control what's in your house. The minute your kids step out of that house, guess what's surrounding everything? Guess who's on the recommended page of all of these websites? Guess who? Y'all. Y'all are on the front pages. So yeah, you are accountable. You are. I don't want to hear any excuses. And am I perfect? Not at all. I'm not some bastion of hope. I'm not your leader. I'm not your savior. I'm not your dad. I'm not your unk. Okay, technically I'm like your internet unk. But here's the thing about that though, man. I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to speak like I'm perfect, okay? But it comes a point in time when people gotta just be real with themselves. It comes a point in time when you gotta stop following people on the internet blindly, just rocking with them and letting them get away with any and everything. Wrong is wrong, bro. I don't care. I don't care who you are. At the end of the day, wrong is wrong. And I'll go back to the LTG content. If he's right, I'll say he's right. If he wrong, I'm gonna say he wrong. I agree with some things he says. I disagree with most of what he says. But at the end of the day, not even me, there should be nobody you watch on this internet that you follow so wholeheartedly that they can do no wrong. Because I'm gonna tell you something, especially dealing with Ak. When he sat there and kept calling that woman a man and was disrespecting her on that platform, calling her out of her name, that was so inappropriate to the point where even I think his name was Mike or something, like the guy that works out. I saw that video years before. I was like, look, that dude's uncomfortable. He ain't cool with that. He's not cool with the way y'all disrespecting women for no reason. And now 2 years later, he comes out on the podcast and discusses this. And he was like, it was lame. He's like, I did not want to be a part of that. And the biggest thing in that conversation was Ak over here talking about, oh, I'm big Ak. And he's slamming his hand on the table, talking about, oh, I'm big this, I'm big that, and I'm self-made and all this, I'm the prize and all this crap. And I'm like, the prize of what, dude? You're a loser. No woman you're with respects you. You're a drunk. You're an alcoholic. Allegedly. He said it himself, but I'm going to say allegedly anyway. You were nobody to look up to. You're a mess. Look at you. Like when you started out and you were humble, you was able to get away with the nonsense because it was like, okay, you a nerd. You know you a nerd. You embrace being a nerd. But then once you got on the everyday struggle with Joe Budden, who earned his accolades, Joe Budden earned his position. You didn't. And the fact that you were even able to have a show with Joe Budden, like it should have never even happened. It was entertaining because it was the nobody versus somebody who was somebody. And I be getting tired of people disrespecting Joe when it come to that mic, because you are wrongly mistaken, because we gonna talk about this too. Joe Budden was the first one to demolish Drake and everybody just ignored it. And he did it back to back. He had like 3 tracks and he tore him up the whole track. The whole track, but everybody was like, nah, bro, he got more money than Joe. And then his weirdo ass fans was sitting there running up on Joe Budden. And I'm like, dog, this was wrong with the internet. Yes, Drake fans were running up on Joe Budden because this was right around that SoundCloud era where all these SoundCloud rappers and all this nonsense trolling was starting to get hot, and all these losers like Boot Gang when he got his life together, but all these clowns started coming out acting a fool. And y'all could have really lost y'all life because y'all was like really, like Joe pulled a knife and everything. They was really running down on Joe because they was fans of Drake to try to make him mad. Real talk. Because you mad because he wrecked Drake in this battle, and Drake was so scared, so afraid to respond because he actually did the smart thing, because if Drake would have responded to Joe, it would have ended his career then. He would have ended his career, I think it was 2016, 27, whatever year that was when that happened. I think it may have even been 2018. I can't remember. But basically, his career would have been done then if he responded. But y'all deride these people so hard that you just let them get away with anything. You let them get away with anything. And that needs to stop. That really needs to stop. But let's go ahead and continue.
Behind it, it's not bait, it's not a joke. Destiny's getting canceled, all right? And the reason being this time is that he supposedly had intimate relationship with some women, and what he would do is when he would film intimate moments with these ladies, record them, he would share some of these with other women he was approaching. In one case, he shared it with a 19-year-old e-girl who he had never met in his life, and he was flirting with her and shared videos of himself sleeping with another person without their consent. Essentially, the 19-year-old gets hacked and that stuff goes public. The person who was in the videos finds out, loses her mind, files a lawsuit asking Destiny for a huge sum of money.
And she should run them pockets. I'm getting real sick of y'all reckless people out here. Get up. If that person did not consent to being recorded and you sending these recordings out to people and it become public, oh, you get what you get. You better run them pockets like there's a hole in them. Like, real talk.
And then, it comes out thereafter that Destiny apparently had also recorded a lot of other women while they were in his apartments without their consent. So this is kind of...
Yo, so this is cool. This what we doing. This is what we doing. And these people are still platformed. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. Like, I fool. Alright, bro.
gotten bigger and bigger since. We're back. Me specifically. Where's Preach? Preach busy, you know what I mean? Out there doing gay shit with his wife.
Still cooking them. I'm sorry, man. For those that don't know what's going on, it's a Fresh and Fit joke. For those that don't understand, if you don't understand that part, I'm sorry, man. You missed it.
I'm gonna take my time away from my people so I can go spend time on the internet to talk about white on white violence. You are bugging. One woman that each of us are going to defend in our lives. For him, it's his wife. For me, it's a streamer named Destiny, and we got to do our job. So,
He killing your ass, man. Ah!
this is my responsibility. I'm gonna handle her. Now, some of you guys know, Destiny is a friend of mine. Okay, and you might be confused why I decided to come out dripped out from my friend's cancellation. You know what I'm saying? Looking kind of fresh. And again, the reason why I don't feel bad, and this might surprise some of you because some of you don't know this, me and Destiny have spoken about his dating behavior for a very long time. We've talked about it on stream, off stream, and I've always been very vocal about the fact that I think he's very fucking dysfunctional with how he handles his dating life, with how he prioritizes pleasure over everything else. And I think the root of a lot of these issues in this whole situation is that he prioritizes his own selfish desires.
Like O'Shea said, stay out of people's cheeks.
Over other people's well-being, over what's good for his business and his career. And now it's costing him more. It cost him already some things in the past, and he's always been very much in denial about how it affects him negatively. And now it's costing him even more.
Do you think I'm self-destructive?
Yeah. If you engage in hedonism, I would say you're self-destructive. I say the same thing about Destiny. I think he can be self-destructive, and I don't think you would entirely disagree.
So wait,
I completely disagree. I don't think I'm self-destructive at all.
Hold up. I'm just actually curious. You don't think that to some degree your hedonism doesn't bite you in the ass?
Nope. I think I have a really good engagement with most of my hobbies.
Really now. Now, there's something about these people like this who have this mind frame of, oh, free, do whatever I want, have all the fun I want. Yeah, well, I'm here to break it to you. All that fun's going to, let me say, quote unquote fun is about to cost you.
I think I do it pretty well. I think that my mental functioning is very high. I think my career is incredibly successful. There are parts of my life that I can improve, but I think that people look at some of the standard markers for trouble and they, for some reason, project a ton of stuff onto me, but I think I'm living like one of the healthiest, fullest lives that I possibly could be.
Constantly having poor relationships with women over a long period of time, or in other situations, STDs, different things like that. Eventually that hedonism comes back to bite them in the life, and they also recognize they could have been investing that time a lot better.
So wait, what do you ask us about this? Like, what was your idea of this?
Yeah, it's not like I have like 100 kids and 5 million STDs and like...
No, you just constantly... Okay, I'm not going to talk about it.
Well, you might as well, but no, you drop the accusation, go for it. You just constantly what? Say it. No, say it.
This, right?
No, shut up, Melina, shut up. Let him talk. What do you mean, constantly what?
Hold.
Anything you do in life that's going to increase like your ability to like have fun or do like crazy stuff or whatever is always going to carry with it like the risk of death.
No. If whatever you doing is carrying the risk of death, you need to sit your ass down somewhere. Let's be very clear. That is the most... I'm not gonna say that. It's a ridiculous statement, all right? It's a ridiculous statement, and people like you don't make any sense, all right? You don't make any sense. There's a lot of things you could do in life that are extremely fun for sane people, all right? When you have deviant fun, you are out of pocket. That's not normal. Something's wrong with you. Like, something's mentally wrong with you when you want to live on the edge of danger. You got some inner issues you need to resolve.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like, you have no chance of dying by falling out of a plane unless you go skydiving, but that's not an argument. It's never skydiving.
But it is an argument against maybe skydiving 1,000 times if you don't want to die that way.
Well, if you want to skydive 1,000 times, then skydive 1,000 times. Like, what's wrong? Damn, what happened to all the self-empowerment shit that you guys were talking about earlier?
No. Endangerment is not empowerment. Those are two completely different. These are different words for a reason. They have different definitions. They are not the same. They are not similar. They are not synonymous.
I mean, it just depends on whether or not you want that outcome. If you're saying like, oh, I don't want this kind of destructive thing, or I don't want to end up dying by skydiving, then maybe don't skydive every other day.
Yeah, but I'm not complaining about that. You guys are.
No. See, this is your lack of accountability. He basically said this. Let's run it back and rewind. He said you are engaging in behavior that's going to come back to bite you. Hedonism. Hedonism was the original conversation. See, you think that you can talk fast and run circles around people and run around the conversation. That's not even what you guys are talking about. What he said was, you have behavior and you exhibit behavior that's going to cost you, and it's extremely reckless.
If your lifestyle choices are like, damn, I would never want to deal with like a crazy girl or anything like that, that's totally valid. I think that's totally fine. I accept that that's probably true for most people. But like, I'm okay with the trade-off on that for like all the benefits that I get. I like f***ing a lot of people. I like traveling a lot. I like doing drugs. I like my stream shit. That's like super fun for me.
Yeah, you look like you on that stuff. Yeah. You look like you very heavily active on that stuff.
To be like, well, doesn't bad stuff happen sometimes, so you shouldn't do it? That doesn't compute to me. Like, I feel like I'm living a super amazing life, and I feel like there's a lot of shit that happens all the time. I understand it might be a lot for some people, but it seems weird to be like, oh, well, I think that you're like secretly like hurting or damaged inside because of some negative outcomes. Like,
or to others, because I think the main thing with this is you have to think about the activity. The activity involves hurting others. Like, even Destiny, as good as he is at what he does, probably could admit he's broken a lot of hearts, he's disappointed a lot of women, he's made a lot of people upset. It's not just how he feels about it. When you involve other people in this kind of pursuit of pleasure, other people get hurt as well. I'll stand by what I said at the beginning. I don't feel bad for Steven whatsoever, because he knew what he was getting into. He was brazen about it. When he was warned, when he said, hey, this is a bad idea, this is a bad lifestyle, he said, I don't care, I want to have fun. It's fun for me. That's why I like these mentally ill women. That's why I like doing this stuff. That's why I can't keep in my pants. It's because it's fun. Well, I'm like, all right, then. When it fucking inevitably blows up in your face, I'm not going to have no sympathy for you. You can be my friend, my worst enemy. I don't give a fuck.
And that's facts, bro, because that's how it's supposed to be. It ain't no defending somebody who can't be defended. And if you start wilding out or acting a fool, nope. And I'm warning anybody right now. I'm warning you right now. Don't be out here acting stupid. Don't be out here acting stupid, because we cool until you do something stupid. When you do something stupid, I ain't associating with you. I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't with that, because you ain't about to roll me in with that. You don't group me with that person. Nope.
If you engage in behavior repeatedly after you're warned, around and find out, and that's what Steven's doing. But I don't want to make it just sound like a happenstance of hedonism. That no, some of this stuff is also just morally bad in regards to what he did with recording these women and all this other shit. And if he gets sued for it, he loses money, then it is what it is too. You do the crime, you do the time, right? So no, all these people will be like, oh, Abba, stick by him, he's your friend. I already told y'all. If my friend goes out and murders a bunch of people, I don't give a fuck, send his ass to jail. And if my friend does some fuck shit like what Steven just did and he's gonna lose a bunch of money, I'm not gonna cry, all right?
That loyalty to a false stuff, that ain't, no, nope. If you cut up and act a fool, don't ever stand by nobody who's reckless, who's self-destructive. If they want to do that to themselves, let them have it, get away from them. No real friend will put you in that position. If anything, a person puts you in that position, expects you to defend them or stand by them, they your enemy. Hell, they your worst enemy, because they destroying themselves and you.
I would tell my friends and I would warn them beforehand, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. You go and do it. Then, hey, man, that's your problem, bro. You didn't listen to me. You're not going to get my sympathy at this point. Nope. My sympathy is for when a tragedy happens, not when...
Throughout the years, I've seen him warn people so many times. So many times I've seen him warn people. He damn near like a YouTube oracle at this point. Over and over and over again. And you know what they do? They never do. I could have a compilation clip of Abba just warning people. The first one was with Sneeko, and then Sneeko got mad that he spoke on it. When he told Sneeko, hey man, you might want to chill out and stop acting like that, because you're going to mess around and get into some trouble. What happened? He wound up getting banned. Fresh and Fit as well. Same situation. We left y'all and all, talking all that crazy. Talking crazy, talking about how many subs they got and all the money they're making and how they're broke and making all these monkey jokes, yada, yada, yada. But now they over there crying, talking about Jews and stuff. And it's like, bro, if you spent all that time actually grinding versus talking about the quote unquote community that runs everything, you'd be far more successful. But instead, you want to crash out and not get to work and just work on talking trash about losing. Why don't you pick yourself up by your bootstraps like you preach and get your ass to work and do something productive? Like, this was crazy to me. the most quote unquote trying to tell somebody to be accountable is the most unaccountable person ever for their failures and blame others for their lack of success. Crazy.
The inevitable does. Yeah, what you're hearing from me right now is disappointment and a bit of anger, but I'm angry at myself. What let me say? You know, if there's anything that this situation and that most of the people in these online spaces have taught me, is that these are not serious people.
Not at all. Not even slightly.
The problems are not serious. The way they engage with relationships is not serious.
And I don't even want to keep cutting them off, but especially on these relationships, y'all irritate the hell out of me. There's only one type of relationship that works, but everybody believes being selfish is going to, people believe that you could be selfish and it won't ruin society. There's only one way for this to work for us to move forward. And as we were moving forward, somewhere down the line, people decided, nah, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it my way.
Nah, I'm going to do my own thing.
I also have to have some humility and admit that I've tethered myself to that world. I dipped my toes into it, and you know, having spent some time there, was it a bit entertaining? Sure, but it was entertaining like it was when you go to the zoo and you see a bunch of freak animals do a bunch of circus monkey tricks. And that's it. And now that it's gotten to the point where it's kind of spilling over into real life and you're realizing that these people behind closed doors are doing weird shit, it's time to take a step back and be like, okay, we've had our fun at the zoo. It's closing up. Time to head home. I'm not interested in being part of the act. I'm not interested in being in the enclosure. I'm not interested in befriending any of the other freak animals that they want to bring in. It's just a weird assortment of people. And it's just it's so different than my real life. Like, why am I wasting time with this? This is not beneficial for my business. This is not beneficial for my personal life. I'm not learning anything about social interaction. So I have nothing to gain by being around this. And despite Destiny being my friend, there's a lot of things that I just don't agree with, that I don't want to be associated with.
Yeah, bro. When you're not equally yoked, you're not supposed to hang with them people. When people move a certain way that you don't really agree with, you don't even go to the circus. You don't go watch it. You don't hang around it. Hey, y'all do y'all thing over there. You got it. But being around people like that and it's nowhere close to your real life, nah, bro. Don't do that.
To keep a long story short, for those of you asking, like, all right, well, Abba, what are you going to do going forward? This is a conversation I had with Steven already. I just told him I wouldn't show up on any of his stuff in the future. And I don't think that's that big of a deal, because at the end of the day, he's going to be doing mostly political stuff. For Destiny, you bugging, okay? And there's a lot of content creators who, you know, they thought we was cool, and I disagree with something they said, and now they don't want to talk no more.
Yeah, man, people soft as hell. Like, if you have a disagreement, if people these days, if you don't agree with everything that they say, now you're enemies, now you're beefing. A lot of people need to change that mindset. Like, that's the silliest thing in the world. You ain't supposed to agree with everything anybody says. Like, and just because you disagree doesn't mean y'all beefing, don't mean y'all enemies, and don't mean y'all ain't cool. It just means y'all don't see eye to eye on that, and there's nothing wrong with that. There should never be a time that everybody agrees upon every single, okay, let me get this straight. Things that are lawful, things that fall under the guise of opinions, not the extremes, okay? We're staying on regular ground, because I know how y'all can get in the comment section. No. On a regular level.
But if there's one thing that nobody would ever say about Destiny, is that he makes good personal life dating decisions, okay? There's a couple of things that bother me. That's like, and I've said this to Destiny too, like, this dude really has a penchant for going after mentally ill women, okay? Women with like severe depression, or just like these kind of like dainty, smart ass, feeble looking, small white women. Like, that's his type. And a lot of them got like self-diagnosed BPD or something. Like, he just likes that. I don't know. To me, the fact that there's a pattern with a lot of these girls is a bit weird. And when he's asked why he likes bringing on these self-destructive women in his streams and in his life, he says it's because it's fun.
That's crazy. And this is the same person discussing politics, huh? A person who makes very poor decisions is discussing politics. It's like, all right, bro. Yeah, you're really who we should be listening to or taking serious, sure. But the overall point here is, Abba can't really associate with or be around this individual anymore, and this is basically the point as to why we circle back to LTG in this Get That Ass Banned pizza party. The reason why people don't deal with you is because it's just a matter of time before you cross the line and you go too far. And the minute you do that, anybody around you will be associated with you. If people are hanging with somebody who's extremely irresponsible and extremely self-destructive, you will be associated with that person. Birds of a feather flock together. If you're not like this person, why are you hanging around them? Look at Akademiks. This boy defended Drake to the end, didn't he? And now look at his behavior. Now he's talking weird to minors. You see what I'm saying? Certain behaviors and certain traits based on who you hang around and who you hang with, there's a reason why you're around them. So if people stop being around you, they don't rock like that. And you got to accept it. You got to charge it to the game. You made that for yourself. You set that down. You set that up for yourself. You did that. Nobody else did that. And you can't expect somebody to co-sign stupidity. That's not how that works. But if you kicked it with your boy this long, I appreciate you hanging with me. Links in the description below like always. And in the meanwhile, I'm out. Have a good one.